Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to my channel. Today we have a Pioneer CT-223 stereo cassette deck from late 80s. I think it is 80, 88, 89. Cosmetically it's in a good shape. It's a standard two-head deck with, I think it's rather good condition. It doesn't show wear on the heads and also on the pinch roller. It's a bit dirty, but it's a basic one. It has only tape selector, manual tape selector. It does not have it does not have any automatic tape selector, so it is only manual. Only basic functions here, so this is a rather basic tape deck. Came as not working. Let's turn it on. I have already connected it to the mains, and something is going on here. The pinch, the motor is turned on. I don't know why. Maybe it has free running motor. That's just maybe. There is a class of tape recorders that have free running motor, so it turns on with the cassette deck, and then it stabilizes its rotation. It turns all the time, despite the cassette is in or out, or in which mode it is. So we have a sacrificial cassette here. Let's try it. Let's press play and see if it starts to move. It is moving, and it tries to play something. Wow! The motor is rather loud, as you can hear. Stop. Reverse is functioning. Forward is functioning. Play. Pause. Yes, this is semi sensor, like, I don't know how to call it, but the buttons are not directly connected to the tape mechanics. It is they are just mechanical push buttons. So if I, for example, turn the power off and press play, nothing would happen. So it needs to be powered on. It needs to rotate. Oh, something white is on the roller here. Definitely have to clean them. So it is starting to play, and let's try and have a listen at least. So I had to quickly improvise because with the connection. So clip leads and some arbitrary 3.5 millimeters jack to jack to my active speaker, and yeah, let's try it. So turn it on. Wow, it produces a sound. That's interesting. Let's pause and take the other channel, the right channel, and unpause. Yeah, here you hear obviously one channel is much stronger than other. Yeah. Yes, that's an issue, but well, it is working for the beginning. It's a nice start. the belts are in place. I don't hear any whining, any loose belts sound. So yeah, let's open it and see the insides. The case screws were virgin, which is a good thing to see. Nobody's been here before. The insides are simple. This is a rather simple deck. The Dolby IC, it has a B compressor, power supply, transformer, power transformer, and everything is all written here on the PCB, which is a nice thing. They once had, they have it no more nowadays. Well, sometimes, but it's not a rule. So it is clean inside, looking good, but yeah, we should investigate the issue with one channel. Tape drive is here. The belts are pretty good. Flywheel, no, the flywheel is not plastic, the flywheel is metal. Let's see it closer. Yes, it is metal. Yes, and it's in a good shape. Here is a close-up. Yeah, even the grease is here. Obviously it is the initial one. It has more than 30 years. Yeah, and if we turn this on, yes, it is starting to rotate, so it relies on a motor when changing its modes. Yes, if we press rewind or what is it? It's pause, and where's the play button? Yes, the play button is here, but the auto stop it's taking it down immediately. This is a rewind. Of course, all the cogs are plastic, but well, it's the end of 80s, so what do you expect? It doesn't have a VFD, it has LEDs all over the place, so basically you have level indicators on LEDs. It's not a bad thing, it's just simple. It is just very, very simple tape deck. But it's cute, and I think it will sound nice also. So as far as playback goes, this is my test cassette with 400 Hz tone, and if we have a listen of one channel, yeah, the volume is like on my ear the volume is the same, and peak meter shows me exactly 0 dB. So yeah, we should definitely check the levels and adjust them, but initially it's looking good. So that leaves us with an issue of an old and badly oiled mechanics, and this is not a big deal according to the service manual, which is easily available. It could be just dismounted by these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and everything is on the connectors, so it could be easily disconnected from the board, which is a big deal because sometimes it is just soldered to the board, which in this case is very nice. And it came apart as easy as it seemed, so not bad, not bad. Obviously we need to clean and oil all these plastic wheels. But yeah, as I said, the overall shape is rather good. I would say this is a low hour cassette deck, so yeah, not bad. I spared a bit of your time by not showing all the cleaning process. I don't use any solvents because I don't know what the plastic is, and here you should use little to no grease at all. You see, this is already excessive. Little to no grease at all. I'm using very carefully. I'm using semi-liquid lithium grease by this aerosol. Yeah, it's not very convenient, but this one will spread itself nicely and oil things up. So I oiled this cock on a capstan. I oiled here. I cleaned this old yellow gunk, which once was. No, I didn't clean it thorough enough. That's basically the common principle of cleaning and oiling the tape mechanism. And yeah, of course, you should screen your heads and rollers every time you working with grease, or so basically you won't be cleaning them afterwards. And after that greasing, you should dry all the belt lines with a cloth or with a tissue paper, like I'm doing here, so to remove any possible spills which may make my belts to slip. They are in reasonably good shape, should I say. I put it off, and they are almost ideally round, so that indicates that they do not need to be changed. And as for the belts, here you can see some black residue, which should be removed with isopropyl alcohol, because it will cause problems afterwards. And of course, you should have your heads and your capstan and roller ideally clean before putting this mechanism into the tape recorder again. I have reassembled and reinstalled the Mac back inside, and just have a listen. It is completely silent. When you power on, of course, you will hear a motor running, but otherwise the door is silent. It was squeaking and squealing before, but just good smooth motion. So let's have a listen how it plays, like, I mean, not the music but the mechanism. Just a hum, just a moderate hum. That's a nice work on the mechanics. Well, let's call this work completed. As for the adjustments needed, the manufacturer recommends us, this is the playback section list, so head azimuth adjustment. This is completely viable, and it could be done, basically it could be done by your ear if you hear the difference between high and low tone, or if you have 10 kHz test tape at -20 dB. So you can just adjust for maximum playback signal level. I seems to have this one, but I should check. Well, playback frequency response check. I think we won't be doing that, since it couldn't be adjusted. It couldn't be adjusted anyway. So yeah, we can figure out that playback frequency response is bad. So what? Playback level adjustment. So we need a standard test tape 315 Hz at 0 dB. We should adjust these two trimmers here to match our level meter to show the 0 dBs on true 0 dB tape. So recording bias adjustment. This needs I think what does it need? Tape selector, switch to non position, record what should we record? Adjustment value. Yes, it should be basically linear. We should record both frequencies 6.3 kHz and 315 Hz. And basically both frequencies should show us the basically the same level. So we should adjust bias, recording bias by this trimmers. I don't know if we'll do that, but we'll see how good or bad it records. And recording level adjustment, this I think this is an important thing. So first we should apply a 0 dB signal to the line input terminals. By record level controls we should reach 412 millivolts on these two test points here, and then we should record the above signal while checking this on the output, not on the output but on these test points. And if not, we should adjust this these two trimmers here. And then level meter check, we should apply minus 10 dB signal to our inputs, and by turning the record level control we should confirm that check the level meters that they shows 0 dB, lights up within minus 7.7 dBV plus minus 1.8 dB of the signal output. So this should be in range from 335 millivolts to 507 millivolts. Yeah, let's do it. Here it is, our test cassette. Should rewind. It's normal. It's a normal cassette. Let's see. It's in normal position. Let's configure our signal generator. So minus 315 frequency, we should have 315 Hz. S amplitude basically 0 dBV, it's 1 volt. So we should have enter number 1 volt RMS, so 1 volt RMS. So we are inputting 0 dBV at our input. So let's confirm, as they say, let's confirm this that we have minus 412 on the test points. Let's put it on pause. Let's do the record pause. So it's on record pause. Let's put it to 0 dB, and we should have on our right channel, we should have the right channel test point is here. It's not very convenient, but we should have 412, so And now I'm turning the record level, so I came the closest. So yes, 420. Okay, 420. This should be good. So 320 kilohertz. This telling us through RMS. And now let's record this signal to the tape. Let's put a nice long recording. Now we are recording our test signal, our frequency, our 315 Hertz test signal at exactly 0 dB. Exactly 1 volt is applied to our input, and yeah, this we confirmed. We put this record level on 0 dB, and we confirmed it with a meter. So now we are recording. I will do the same for the second channel. So we have our test tape recorded. It's time to measure the recording level. So we will just put it to play and wait till till it starts playing actually. So this is our right channel, so we need to VR202 right channel, and we should see 412. We are seeing 460, so we should trim the VR202 accordingly. VR202, so this very one. I will do it off camera, so I would have both hands free. They are not regulating quite well, so I at least put them to the same value, 470, 467, and yes, they are pretty much similar now. So we might call this completed. So I spent about an hour fiddling with all the things here, and these adjustments, well, I may show my incompetence, but these adjustments, all this makes no sense accordingly to the schematic diagram here, which for this device. So basically, now pay attention to these brown lines here. So this is a record signal. So the recorded signal is when we input signal through this line input. Yes, it comes directly to the to this recording level unit here. Yes, here on this potentiometer here. But the thing is, we have directly connected to inputs across. So we are putting 1 volt to both terminals, but we are seeing on this point, on this dole R point, we seeing and in comparison to dole left point, we seeing completely different signal levels. So maybe this thing is unbalanced, or I don't know what to think about. So disclaimer, if you are not a perfectionist in tape recorder adjustment, so you may skip this entire thing. So I'm just making things better, a little bit better here. So I have developed my own adjustment procedure. Put your tape recorder into rec pause. Like, yes, you should configure your input signal, cross your right and left line inputs, adjust your signal 315 Hertz at 1 volt RMS. So you are inputting the same level to both channels. Then put the tape recorder on pause and let's rewind. Yes, it is on pause and rec play. Yes. And now what should we do? We just need to have, obviously with a recording level with this knob and checking while checking one of the checkpoints here or here, left or right channel, this DOL R or DOL O, we should achieve our 412 millivolts here on only one of them. So yeah, we are a little bit off. Yes. And if we are checking the second one, so this is the I adjusted the level for the left channel. If I will measure the right channel, we will see the completely different figure, 450 millivolts, which is bad, which means that we have unbalanced level control. In order to eliminate this unbalance, I will adjust the middle point of these trimmers, this point, to some equal voltage. So you should achieve, for example in my case 222 millivolts on both channels here, but on the middle one, on the middle connector. Yes, and this is exactly this will exactly balance our recording levels, the same level to the right and the left channel. So then you should record, you should make a recording of this test tone and you should play it back. Yes, and while playing it back, you are checking this, our old checkpoints, DOL L and DOL R, and rotating these two playback level trimmers to achieve closely, like it's impossible to do it, but you should achieve 412 millivolts on playback here on the same points, 412. So it's about basically roughly about 420. I achieved it. So now we are having the correctly lit level indicator, balanced input, and the correct levels coming into our Dolby noise reduction system. Of course you may say your tape is not equal, your right and left channel are not equal, blah blah blah. Yes, that's true, that is true, but the tape nonlinearity between channels are not that big as, for example, for the whole system here. The tape head, right and left channel may differ one from another. The transistors may differ one from another, etc., etc. And by setting up this damn thing like I have said now, this is the most correct way to do it, because you are like you are tuning this thing exactly at the levels you want this thing to be on. So that basically wraps it up. We have this thing tuned, checked, and it's time to summarize our experience here. So here it is playing nicely and quietly, no squeaking, no sound effects. Yes, and basically you shouldn't be afraid of buying this kind of equipment. It's not a high-end equipment, it's rather low-end and cheap tape recorder, but it was built to last. It was still built to last even in year 1988. as this one is. You will basically need some very simple tools, a lot of isopropanol, cotton buds and cloth. And yeah, I definitely could recommend this lithium, medium viscosity lithium grease. You can put it directly on cogs, or you can spray it onto a piece of plastic and then apply with a small screwdriver. So as for the tuning procedure, well, as I said, you can completely skip it. It won't affect much the performance of this cassette deck. So yeah, you should need rather basic equipment. Signal generator, you can use your computer as a signal generator, and true RMS voltmeter. So I have plenty of things here, so for me it's not a problem. And I'm a little bit, let's say, perfectionist in these things. That's about wraps it all. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me today, and see you soon.